Okay, good morning students. Today in MBA 4th semester we are going to deal in marketing specialization in sales and distribution management. We are going to deal a very important topic of the last unit, that is 7th unit, that is sales territories. Okay. In this sales territory, we have to understand, we have to learn that what does sales territory means. First of all, the entire introduction, what is the definition of sales territory. Okay, so in this, as we know that a sales territory is the geographical area for which an individual salesperson or a sales team holds responsibility. Okay, it means that it is the radius or the area on which the entire sales force or the sales team of an organization takes the responsibility, on the basis of which they just deal with the customers. It can be defined on the basis of geography, sales potential, history, or a combination of factors. Okay, all the activities of the salesman or the sales team needs to be conducted within that particular area. Okay, in other words, we can say that sales territory is that it is a group of present and potential customers assigned to an individual salesperson, a branch, a dealer, a distributor, or a marketing organization at a given period of time. For any kind of firm, a profitable sales territory is one which has a number of potential customers that are willing to buy, and the category that are willing to buy the category of products sold under the firm's brand name. Okay, so these are the different kinds of definitions. We can say that the entire territory, the sales territory, means what? The radius or the geographical area or a specified customers living in a particular area would be assigned to a particular salesperson or a particular sales team or any distribution channel, that is known as what? Any intermediary of the distribution channel, that is known as what? Sales territories. Okay, and one of the important scholars say, according to Stiff and Cundiff, they have defined sales territory as they said that a sales territory is a grouping of customers and prospects assigned to an individual salesperson. So this is what the basic definition of sales territory. Now let us talk about the characteristics of sales territories. Okay, that what are the characteristics of sales territory? We talk about the characteristics of sales territory, then the very first characteristics of a sales territory is what? It is the region that can be effectively and economically served by the sales force team. Exactly, the very first was it is a particular region which a sales force, which the entire sales force team is going to effectively and economically serve. They are going to serve effectively and economically. The second important characteristics is what? It is the geographical radius or area containing a number of present and potential customers. Third characteristics of sales territory is what? Where different groups of customers are formed by a firm through allotment of territories. Okay, and the fourth important characteristics of sales territory is what? It is a group of customers or geographical area assigned to a salesperson. Okay, so these are what? These are the characteristics of sales territories. Okay, now a very important term, a very important methodology or the concept which should be known for the students of MBA or the management or managers, that what are those objectives on the basis of which the company should have to develop the sales territory. This is a very important point, and a manager should know that what are those objectives and why we are running, why the company is running, why the distributors or the manufacturing unit is running or being so much eager to define the sales territory. This should be known. So there might be some objectives. So let us talk about the objectives of sales territories. Okay. Now the first very objective of setting a sales territory is what? to cover and manage the entire market. Exactly, with the while setting the entire sales territory of different locations, it should be easy for the manufacturing unit as well as the distribution channel as well as the sales management team that they are going to cover and manage the entire market. Next one is what? It will help to reduce the selling costs. Definitely the selling costs of the company is also being reduced if we are going to give the responsibility and assignment of tasks related to the different particular areas. Then on that time the efforts as well as the selling cost would be reduced. The third very important objective is what? To facilitate effective sales planning. Here we are going to facilitate a very effective sales planning also. Okay, fourth one is what? To assign salesman responsibility for a particular territory. Here exactly, here the responsibility, it should be very much easy for the sales team, for the sales people, for the sales managers, that they are easily going to assign the responsibility to a particular salesman or the sales team to a confined or a particular territory area. Okay, fifth is what? For a better evaluation of performance of the salesman. Exactly, the entire salesman performance would be evaluated in a very better way. Sixth is what? To facilitate coordinations in marketing functions. Exactly, here we are going to deal with the facilitation. Here we are going to facilitate the coordinations in the marketing functions. Whatever the marketing functions which we have studied earlier in the 3 semesters, from there we can come to know that the entire sales territory which we are going to define, that will the entire marketing functions would be implemented or easily applied to a particular territory by that particular salesman or a particular sales team. Okay, sixth one is what? To facilitate coordination in marketing functions. Definitely here with the help of that we can easily facilitate the coordinations in marketing functions. Seventh is what? To improve the customer relations. Here we are also going to improve the relation of the customers. Eighth is what? Independent work area for each salesman. Definitely it is very important that if we are going to define the sales territory, then the one of the basic objective which should be discussed or which should be defined or which should be cleared is what? That they got independent area, and which will reduce or minimize the chance of conflict among the intermediaries or among the salespeople. Okay, so these are the different objectives which should be done on the basis of which the sales territories would be defined. Okay, objectives. Now let us talk the construction or the sales territory planning and designing. How we are going to design, how we are going to plan. Before planning, before designing, what we used to do, we do planning. So here we are going to study about the sales territory planning and designing. Okay, how we are going to plan, how we are going to design the entire sales territory, on the basis of which we can give the sales territory to a particular salesman or a team of salesmen. Okay, number one, the very first step which should be done for the designing of sales territory and the planning of sales territory is that research the geographical area. First, a very extensive research is being done by the marketing team, which does the research of the entire geographical area where the environmental scanning is being done. In this environmental scanning, we are going to calculate, we are going to research on the population, on the demography of the entire geography of a particular area. Next step is what? Divide the area on the basis of, we are going to divide the entire area on the basis of its population, on the basis of its accessibility, on the basis of its potential customers, and on the basis of the economy. Okay, this is what the segmentation which is being done on the basis of population, accessibility, potentiality, and economy. The third important step in the designing phase of sales territory is what? To study the customer behavior of the territory. Definitely, this is a very important term, that where we are going to study the behavior of the customer, that what kind of behavior does the customers have of a particular region or area. Each and every region, every area do have its own behavior and culture, and that behavior and culture is being made by the people who lives there. Okay, so we have to study about the behavior of the customers also of a particular territory. Fourth is what? Assess the revenue potential from the respective territories. Exactly. Each and every territory do have its potentiality of revenue. Okay, we have to assess that revenue potential also from respective territories. With the help of those revenue revenue potential of a particular territory, that should be divided into urban, suburban and rural areas. These are what the different kinds of territories: local areas, regional areas. These are what we are going to divide, on the basis of which, and we have to assess the revenue potential. Okay, fifth one is what? Analyze the hurdles that may be present in the territory. Definitely, we have to analyze, we have to find out all those hurdles which are going to come up when our sales people or the salesperson or the sales team move for the working on that particular area. So we have to point out, we have to sort out those hurdles also. Sixth is what? To define the products suitable for the territory. Whether the product which we are going to come up on the particular territory, it should be suitable for that region or not, whether the people would accept, whether they are having the need of that particular product to that particular region or not. We have to find out that also. In the seventh part, probe. We have to probe further. We have to find out specific needs and wants of the people within the territory. Definitely wants and needs, we have to probe, we have to find the needs. And eighth is what? To prepare a plan for each territory with quotas and tasks to be accomplished. This is what the eighth point, from where we are going to define the quotas, that this particular amount of quantity of products would be sold, or this revenue amount would be sold by the sales team or the salesperson to a particular area in a month or in a week or in fortnight. This is being defined here, and their responsibilities and accountabilities and the entire structure of the sales team related to a particular area is being made. Okay, ninth is what? To appoint sales people or sales team for each territory. We have to appoint the sales people as well as the sales team for each territory. Whatever the territories which we are going to define, we have to appoint sales people or sales team for the particular territories. Okay, and 10th one is what? Monitor and track the performance for each territory. We have to monitor also, we have to supervise as well as track the performance for each territory. We have to track the performance, that whatever the performance, that should be evaluated. Performance would be evaluated. 11th is what? Avoid overlapping territory. We have, because it causes conflict among the sales people. At last, we have to design the sales territory in such a way that there should not be any kind of overlapping of the sales people from one territory to the another territory. So these are what? These are the steps on the basis of which we are going to design or plan the sales territory. Now, the very last topic in this sales territory part, which we are going to study related to the designing, is what? Approaches to design sales territory. There are two basic approaches on the basis of which we design the sales territory. Those approaches are market build-up approach. In this market build-up approach, what is being done? Where we have to look upon the market, and on the basis of market, we are going to track the performance, the history record, and according to the market history records, we are going to put the sales territory efforts. We are going to put the number of teams or the number of people to a particular area. That all depends upon the market situations, conditions and demands. That is known as what? Market build up approach. That each and every market is being built up earlier, and we are going to study that earlier build up market, and accordingly we are going to frame the designing of sales territory. And the other one is what? The other approach is what? Workload approach. In this workload approach, what we are going to do? We are going to define the workload to a particular sales people or the salesperson related to a particular sales area, where the sales people are being given the workload that within 15 days you have to sell the products of around a revenue of amount, say 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakhs. These are what being assigned to the customers, sales people. Okay, so this is what, students, today we have learned about the sales territory and its planning and designing part. Okay, thank you to all of you.